See, I would tell a joke about his age, but let's just say he's gonna go through a bit of a midlife crisis rather quickly. Enjoy the show!
What's up guys, BC coming back at you guys, yet another one of these Transformers video reviews. And today we are going to be taking a look at the final figure of the Deluxe Wave 3 for Titan's Return, Hotrod. And here he is in his vehicle mode, which is very G1 eccentric. I love the car mode. It's such a nice looking vehicle mode. Now, clearly enough, this is a straight up nod to his Target Master, how it plugged onto the top, but clearly enough, it's not a Target Master, so we're just gonna pop that off. And the Sakara version is going to have a totally new chest panel, which honestly, I kind of prefer what they did with the Hasbro version over what they're doing with Sakara. But opinions, they exist. Anyways, with all that said, here is the vehicle mode. It's cool. I dig it. And like I said, I really dig the fact that it's a G1 eccentric vehicle mode, but there really isn't much else to it other than the fact that this cracks open to reveal the little pilot inside. Pilot, driver, whatever. Pull him out, and here is Fire Drive, which, as we all know, he's supposed to be Fire Bolt. Neat little details on the actual figure, or at least on the head's robot mode. And then as you can clearly see his face right there. Now, I'm probably gonna, once I actually get around to reviewing the whole box set of the Velocitron set, I will probably pop the Rodimus on this body to show it off in a little bit more detail. But with that said, fold it around, and there is Hotrod in, or Fire Drive in head mode, which is Hotrod's head. Can you tell I'm recording this rather late? Oh well, with that said, how it transforms is actually rather interesting. To start off, we're going to basically just untab these back pieces and just kind of move these whole pieces out to the side like this to get them ready for robot mode. Take this whole front piece and flip it around like that. Then you're going to take this the spoiler piece, and you lift it up to lift off the entire back half of the car, which is where you're going to proceed to come underneath here and flip his legs around like that. Go ahead and flip out the feet, and I wish these kind of had like a double hinge system, because literally all you do, well, okay, you split the legs, but all you do is you just fold these onto the back of the legs. I wish there was a little bit more like folding to this, so that instead of just having this solid chunk that kind of hangs off the side here, it could kind of collapse a little bit easier to where it forms like a very cohesive back part of the leg, so you didn't have all of this kibble on the side. But what can you do? Rotate him at the waist. Bear in mind, mine has floor polish, so the joints are not so loose and floppy. Anyways, flip out the hands. Kind of bend them at the elbow to kind of unlock them. Flip his chest panel down. Now come to the back here and rotate the spoiler piece, which I'm going to proceed to lift this up. And then fold this up. And it will slot in here, and it's not a very secure connection. In fact, it's literally just, you can yank this right off. It's not a very secure connection, but it does what it needs to do. So with that said, take the head, pop it on, and there you have Hotrod in robot mode. And I won't lie, the robot mode, while I do dig the robot mode, it doesn't 100% scream Hot Rod to me. Like, I don't know. Bear in mind, I'm also weird. I have certain expectations for figures that some people probably shouldn't. You know, split these two pieces in half to give him his two rifles. And, you know, there we go. Now, apparently we're getting another deluxe Hot Rod with the new leader class Rodimus from Power of the Primes. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how that one turns out, because if that one's any better than this, I mean, like, not that this one's bad, I just, you know, there are some aesthetic choices here that I'm not 100% really behind. Like, I like him as a toy, I really do. But just, again, the way they handled the figure as a whole, he doesn't feel like Hot Rod to me. And, you know, also bear in mind, I'm also very weird. With that said, you know, typical Titan Master, it's on a ball joint. You know, he doesn't really get all that much. And like, due to the way this one attaches, you really only get the side-to-side movement in the head, which is fine, I guess. He's got ball joints in the shoulders, which, as I previously stated, mine has floor polish, although not pathetically loose. He bends at the elbow, bicep swivel, nothing at the wrist. Due to transformation, he has a waist joint. And coming down here, he has a ball jointed hip, which again, floor polish. It's not so BS loose. He has a thigh swivel, which I actually kind of forgot he had this. And you could say he has a double jointed knee, but it really only moves at 90 degrees because, again, just the way they handled this, you can't really get the full bend out of it. And I mean, you know, yeah, you can get him to do some tiger knee action, but that just doesn't look right. And he really doesn't have anything in the realm of feet. He does kind of tilt back and forth on his feet, but that's literally about it. And, you know, I guess you can get that to work to your advantage if BC can actually pose a figure right. There you go. Alright, that's actually a pretty decent pose. But yeah, that pretty much brings this review to an end. I like him, you know, like I said, I like him as a toy. I think he's a lot of fun. He's really fun to flip around from vehicle to robot. I really dig what these guns do. They're just really cool to me. And overall, I dig the aesthetics of what they were going for. But unfortunately, just due to the fact that they are marketing this as a Hot Rod, now, basically this is where the review of the figure comes to an end, which, you know, if you don't want to hear about these updates, you know, this is the point where I'm going to say this is BC saying stay here to get your geek on. I will catch you guys next time, and you can stop the video now and move on, because I'm about to explain something really quickly about the whole retro reviews thing. Basically, the rule I have with retro reviews is basically I can't count figures from previous waves in a current line as retro reviews, entirely because of the fact that they were released under a current line. He is released under the Titans Return line. The Titans Return line is current. Titans Return does not stop being current until we move on to Power of the Primes. So therefore, for the retro reviews, I can literally only do stuff from like Combiner Wars or Reveal the Shield or regular generations, classics, movies. You know, just stuff that I never really had a chance to get to before, or I'm using retro reviews as an excuse to go back and redo old figures. As you clearly saw with the very first entry into retro reviews, I went back and I redid my review on Reveal the Shield Special Ops Jazz, which is still one of my favorite figures of all time, which As you guys can clearly tell, I have a lot of love and respect for the Reveal the Shield line based off of what they've given us. So with that said, guys, that update out of the way, I figured I should clarify real quickly how Retro Review works. Now that I have that cleared up, I can finally end this video. With all that said, guys, this is BC saying stay nerdy and get your geek on. I will catch you guys in the next review.